expect to sell 1,800 Christmas trees this year.
Holiday traditions are lighting up Oakland.
We're going to go through another sunflower tunnel.
But not everyone is feeling the holiday cheer.
It's hard dealing with crimes, and it's hard for us to stay in Oakland to conduct business.
Today, we're talking about the challenges in the city and what the community needs in a new leader.
We see robberies, burglaries. We see carjacking on a daily basis.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Elizabeth Cook.
I'm Ann Makovec, and Oakland is a city without steady leadership. They are on track to have at least 3 mayors in just a matter of months. That is amid ongoing challenges with crime and now potential cuts to police. Today, we're asking what needs to be done to keep the town safe and businesses open during all the changes. The new interim mayor in Oakland has a lot on her plate, but she's only going to be doing that job for a few weeks. Nikki Fortunato Boss was sworn in this week, temporarily filling the hole left by ousted Mayor Sheng Thao. But Boss is leaving next month to join the Alameda County Board of Supervisors. It's not clear who's going to serve as interim mayor after that. The special election to permanently replace Thao is set for April. Until then, Boss is certainly going to have her work cut out for her as Oakland continues to try and balance its $133 million budget deficit. She's already promised to immediately cut back on police overtime spending and is calling for an internal audit to collect unpaid business taxes. Businesses along the troubled Hegenberger corridor are paying close attention to what happens with public safety in this city. Many stores there already closed, citing an increase in crime. Now, a burger joint in the area just took a real hit. Kara St. Cyr spoke with the owner, who says something needs to be done for his business to survive.
Alan Liang's burger joint on Hegenberger Street in Oakland is one of the last businesses still operating in the corridor. But a recent robbery is pushing Liang over the edge.
We small business owners are trying to survive, but it's hard dealing with crimes, and it's hard for us to stay in Oakland to conduct business.
Liang says 3 people barged into his restaurant, Hagenberger, early Monday morning, threatening his cook at gunpoint. The group demanded he empty the cash register and turn over all the money before heading out of the front door. Liang says he's out of hundreds of dollars.
It's very consistent. We see this on a daily basis. We see robberies, burglaries. We see carjacking on a daily basis.
What happened to Liang's burger restaurant isn't an isolated incident. His collision shop and tow shop next door have also been hit this year.
We have a car stolen from the towing company out of our impound lots. And then 2 weeks ago, someone came to the body shop to steal a customer's vehicle.
The Hegenberger corridor is a hotspot for criminal activity, especially for theft. Just over the weekend, the gas station across the street from Liang's business was burglarized. During the summer, police responded to a string of 16 burglaries near Hegenberger Road and Collins Drive.
Is that Philly cheese good?
Ken Houston, the councilman-elect for District 7, which includes the Hegenberger corridor, says the near-constant crime is killing a vital part of Oakland's economic integrity.
We have to bring back the healthy fear and respect. I continue to say healthy fear and respect of what? Of law enforcement, and we have to have inclusion.
Houston says small businesses can't survive in the Hegenberger corridor's current climate and need decisive action from city leaders.
This area has deteriorated. It has deteriorated because of leadership, and it's been forgotten. But they forget that we have the international airport here. We have the auto dealerships here. We have Amtrak. This is an economic engine.
Meanwhile, Liang doesn't know if he'll be able to stay in the area. His hope is that a new administration might bring about change.
So what is it going to take to keep customers safe and stop businesses from packing up and leaving? After the break, we're going to ask an Oakland community leader what the new mayors need to do. Welcome back to our conversation on the state of Oakland, where a new interim mayor is trying to help the city dig out of a massive $130 million deficit. But what will these cuts mean for businesses that were already struggling with crime? Joining me now is Carl Chan, president of the Oakland Chinatown Chamber Foundation. Thanks for being with us as always, Carl.
Good seeing you, Ann.
So what are your thoughts on the current leadership in Oakland and the fact that it's going to be changing once again very soon?
Well, it's very concerning. So we're not talking about just you and me. We're talking about the entire city. So the incoming leadership is going to be extremely important for us to keep, everyone's not only to keep safe, but also making sure our businesses, but also the working people are being safe as well.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tall order to fill because obviously something has to be cut when it comes to this budget. Do you see anything? I know you're pretty involved in City Hall, though you're not obviously directly involved in these negotiations. Do you see something that could be cut?
Well, actually, we have to face a reality. Currently, the budget, issue, or I would say the budget crisis is impacting everyone. So it doesn't matter, who you are or, across the spectrum, everyone's going to get a cut. Especially we'll be seeing, more cuts, through, I think everyone has taken a cut, whether they're the unions, all of them. But however, the next thing is like we cannot just see the cut alone. We have to find ways to rebuild our economy, and so that we are able to generate, all the taxes that will be needed to support our city. Now, currently, we're also talking about a lot of issues impacting us in the public safety. So, in terms of public safety, we have to find ways not to have any deep cut or any cut at all. But that's going to be tough to do. That's the reason why we need leadership coming in, able to finding resources through the county, state, and especially the federal resources.
Yeah, so interim Mayor Fortunato Boss said that she is going to be cutting police overtime. That is obviously going to end up meaning fewer officers out on the beat. What are your concerns there?
Well, extremely concerning, especially earlier you did mention about, the Hagenberger corridor, okay, which is a gateway coming to our city. Now, my understanding is that there will be additional resources during the holiday time. They will do a patrol. Bishop Bob Jackson and I myself, we just had a meeting with their chief, good brand with the highway patrol. So they promised and they agreed to send continuing having, the patrol in the city of Oakland, but also in certain important corridors in our city. So that, for a short term, we can take care of the issues. However, in the long term, we still need to find ways to fill the gap, for this, deep cut for everybody.
Yeah, well, and Chinatown's obviously lucky it has you there advocating for, more police patrols in the area. And so it's going to happen there, the squeaky wheel getting the grease. But when it comes to running a business in the city with the current climate, I mean, how challenging is this?
Oh, very challenging. So last Friday we had a meeting with Council Member Kevin Jenkins, but also the incoming Council Member Ken Hilson, along with the NAACP, and also with other business groups. I think our concern is, how are we going to be rebuilding our city, in terms of how they can supporting the survival of our businesses, so that they cannot live, they will not be leaving our city. So that's one thing that we need to find ways to support them first. Otherwise, eventually, no matter you did all the cut, when we cannot rebuild the economy, the bottom line is there will not be enough tax dollars to go around to support all the basic services in our city.
Yeah, I think you make a very good point there that, right, you're working on all these cuts, and if it presents further challenges to businesses that are not going to be able to then grow the tax base, that's an issue. What would you like to see the mayor do for businesses to encourage them to grow and not shut down?
I think right now, we need to, number one, I've been talking to everybody. They're saying that as long as public safety is here and they're willing to stay. So I think I would like to, work with our incoming mayor and to making sure that we got to rebuild the confidence and making sure that the budget in terms of cuts, making sure that it will not be too much impact on the public safety. But also, we want to see this incoming mayor being able to tap into resources throughout. We may need to get the county sheriff to help step in, and we need to continuing support from the highway patrol for the time being, until we're able to get back to our own feet, to making sure that we're able to support ourselves for I would say that the next couple of years.
Yeah, okay. So much of this coming back to public safety as usual. Carl Chan, always appreciate your perspective. We'll be talking about it again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Lots of positive things going on in Oakland as well. Coming up, the special events they're hoping will bring you to the East Bay this holiday season. Well, Well, with all of its challenges, Oakland is a vibrant city with a very strong sense of community, especially during the holidays. Joining me now to talk about the holidays in Oakland is Peter Games, the president and CEO of Visit Oakland. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ann. Thanks for having me today.
Why is this a good time to visit Oakland?
Well, it's a great time to visit, especially over the holidays. We're doing a campaign called Think Oakland First. It's a campaign designed to remind Oakland residents and visitors to support our local businesses as they celebrate this season. And as we know, it's that time of year, it's last minute shopping. So there's some incredible shopping going on in Oakland as well. We have great artisan baked goods. We have handcrafted makes creations, some local fashions. And I encourage everybody, go to our neighborhoods and support our local businesses.
Yeah, there's a unique culture in Oakland. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Well, it's such a cool culture because you find stores or restaurants that are not chained. They're not found all over the country. It's unique to Oakland. I don't know if you know this, Ann, but we were named the #1 food city by Condé Nast readers this year, and our food scene is amazing. So for last minute shoppers looking for a unique gift, why don't you give experiences of our restaurants and of our small boutiques, supporting those local finds that you can't find anywhere else.
And you know, we're all, of course, familiar with the headlines, and there's a lot of trouble right now at City Hall. Talk about the importance of showing the bright side of the city.
Well, the importance of showing the bright side of the city is supporting your community that needs it the most. And thank you so much for introducing me as a positive story for Oakland, because there is a lot of positives still going on in our town. And we need to amplify that and help each other out, because that's only going to benefit those business owners, those residents, to really amplify what makes Oakland good and is so good for our country. I really recommend our amazing, as not only our restaurants, but our shows. Our symphony did an amazing job this past weekend. And tomorrow at the Paramount, which is a beautiful Art Deco theater, we're going to have our version of the Nutcracker. These are performances and arts and culture that are only found in our beautiful city.
Really cool. I do have to keep it real, though, and know that a lot of people with the rap that Oakland has are worried that if they do visit Oakland, they're going to get their car broken into. They might get mugged. What do you tell those people who share those concerns? I'm sure you've heard them.
Well, I've heard them, but at the same time, I was out this past weekend. My car wasn't broken into. I wasn't mugged. We have ambassadors on the street. We have our community business improvement districts have ambassadors taking care of our folks that are going out shopping, going to the theaters, enjoying our restaurants. The more that we continue the negative stories of Oakland, it's only amplifying people to scare them away. My job here is to make it a positive story and bring people back. It was vibrant. It was a vibrant night last night in Oakland. People are having a great time. They were supporting our local businesses and making our tourism economy a positive economy for everyone. I encourage people to go out and just be safe as in every urban environment and be aware. We also have our safety messages are on our visitoakland.com website. And I encourage people to read that as well. But it did feel safe this last couple of nights as we've been enjoying the holidays.
Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of people like yourself that just refuse to give up on Oakland without the challenges. You see the good. Where does that spirit come from?
Spirit comes from the people in the town. Historically, Oakland has had a very strong pride about its town. I've been so fortunate to be its ambassador as the president of Visit Oakland. And it's in us. It's in the soul of Oakland. We don't give up. We've never given up on this town, and it's only going to get better. We get accolades. We should start focusing on all the accolades that Oakland has received in the past year. #1 restaurant from Food and Wine magazine was mentioned. It's a restaurant in Temescal, which is a soul food restaurant. Let's amplify that. Our arts and culture scene is one of the top arts and culture scene throughout the country. I would encourage more stories about our symphony, Bandaloop, which is an amazing local dance troupe. Those are the stories that we just constantly need to amplify, and we will not give up with this storytelling.
All right. I love it. Peter Games, thank you for sharing your perspective today. Thanks for watching. You can always get all the latest headlines and weather over on Pix Plus. And remember to like and click the button on the bottom left of your screen to subscribe for the biggest Bay Area news.